Vietnamese fairy tales. The Dutiful Son. Long ago, in a certain family, there were 3 brothers. The 2 older ones were lazy, selfish, and greedy, while the youngest was hardworking, honest, and deeply filial. All the hard and heavy work in the house was pushed onto the youngest by his 2 older brothers. But whenever there was delicious food or nice clothes, they would fight to take everything for themselves. Despite this, the youngest never complained and always cheerfully gave way to his brothers. One day, their father fell seriously ill. The youngest son was deeply worried and stayed by his father's side day and night, taking care of him with great devotion. Meanwhile, the 2 older brothers continued to wander and play around the village without concern. The father's condition grew more and more critical. The doctor said, "The old man is suffering from a terminal illness. It's unlikely he will survive." Oot was alarmed. "Is that true? Isn't there any way to cure him?" The doctor thought for a moment and replied, "There is one way, but it's extremely difficult. No matter how hard it is, I will do it. Please tell me, sir. There is a rare herb that could save your father's life, but to brew the medicine, you must first find this special grass that only grows on Trucklin Mountain. The path there is dangerous and full of obstacles. You must cross a deep ravine over a bridge made of a single rope, swim across a wide river with no ferry, and then climb a steep mountain with cliffs rising like walls on all sides. Only then will you reach the temple where the healing herb grows." Hearing this, the father gathered his strength and said, "Whoever among you brings back the medicine to cure me shall inherit the entire family fortune." The 2 older brothers, upon hearing the words family fortune, feared that their younger brother might get it all, so they rushed to their father's bedside and quickly said, "Let us go." The next morning, the 2 older brothers set out for Trucklin Mountain. When they reached a deep stream with water roaring loudly, they became frightened. They saw a bridge crossing the stream, but it was only a rope swaying in the wind. The 2 of them kept pushing each other forward, but neither dared to step onto it first. Suddenly, an old man with white hair and beard came out of the forest carrying a bundle of firewood and said, "Could you boys help carry this bundle of firewood across to the other side?" One of the brothers replied irritably, "We're scared to cross even when empty-handed. How could we carry your firewood across?" Then they tried to cross the bridge, but the rope kept swaying back and forth, as if trying to throw them into the stream. After struggling for a while without success, they had to return empty-handed. Seeing this, the youngest brother said goodbye to his father and 2 older brothers and set off, determined to find the precious herb. When he reached the stream, he too encountered the old man from before. Before the old man could say a word, the young man ran up, lifted the bundle of firewood onto his shoulder, and politely said, "Sir, this bridge is very dangerous. Please let me carry this bundle across first, then I'll come back to help you cross." Strangely, he stepped onto the bridge with ease and walked straight across to the other side. Overjoyed, he set the bundle of firewood down and was about to return for the old man, but to his surprise, the old man was already standing before him. The old man smiled kindly and said, "You are truly kind-hearted and brave. Now, where are you headed?" "Sir, I'm looking for a precious medicinal herb to cure my father's illness." "Ah, I know where that herb grows. Let me show you the way." "Thank you very much, sir." The young man bowed to the old man and then continued on his journey. The youngest son set out to find the precious medicine, following the old man's directions. "Now, follow this path straight ahead until you reach a large river. When you get there, call out 3 times. 'O white crane, please help me cross the river.' Continue walking for 3 more days, and you will reach the foot of Trucklin Mountain. Remember to go to the southern side of the mountain, knock on the rock face 7 times, then call out, 'O mighty mountain, please open the way for me.' When you reach the temple at the top, there will be a venerable monk who will help you." He did exactly as the old man had instructed, and at last, he reached the temple. As soon as he arrived, the venerable monk appeared. The young man bowed respectfully and said, "Venerable sir, I've come here to find a medicinal herb to cure my father's illness. Please help me." The monk looked at him kindly and said, Buddha, you truly are a devoted and filial son." "That is truly admirable," said the monk. Then he led the young man into the temple garden, picked a handful of herbs, and instructed him. "Take this bundle of herbs, boil it with grapefruit flowers, and give it to the sick person to drink." The youngest son gratefully thanked the monk and asked for permission to return home. He followed the same path back home. But strangely, the river, the stream, and even the rope bridge had all disappeared. In front of him now was a smooth, clear road. He hurried home as fast as he could. As soon as he reached the edge of the village, the younger brother saw his two older brothers waiting for him. They said, "You must be tired after such a long journey. Just sit here and rest, we'll take the medicine home to father for you." Without a second thought, the younger brother handed them the bundle of herbs. That was exactly what the two older brothers were waiting for. They ran quickly home and gave the medicine to their father, trying to claim all the credit for themselves. The two older brothers, full of excitement, took a portion of the medicine and placed it into a pot to boil. Their father, overjoyed, praised them for their efforts. But as soon as he took a sip of the medicine, he felt dizzy and was overwhelmed with pain. Just then, the youngest son arrived home. Seeing what had happened, he quickly ran to the garden, picked some grapefruit flowers, and boiled the medicine as the monk had instructed. Sure enough, after his father drank the medicine the youngest son had prepared, he immediately began to feel stronger and healthier. A few days later, the father called his three sons together and said, "The youngest son didn't hesitate to face difficulties and went to fetch the medicine for me. Now, I will leave my estate to you." The youngest son, seeing his father restored to health, was overjoyed and said to his father, "Father, please divide the estate equally among the three of us." The father, seeing his son's kindness, said, "You truly are a filial son. All right, I will do as you wish." Moved by the youngest son's noble actions, the two older brothers felt deeply regretful. From that moment on, they began to change their ways, becoming less greedy and lazy. The story The Filial Son brings a valuable lesson about filial piety and respect for parents. Through the difficult situations, the main character demonstrates love and sacrifice.